remember telling y'all the other day that I would be on eventually to, bring it all full circle. I be posting a lot of readers that, have picked up on my situation. Um, I just be posting. And I don't know if you guys actually watch the videos that I post, but if you do, that will give you further clarification on, the things that I have gone through, that I spoke on, and that others are picking up on. Okay, so here we go. Let's talk about it, right? Oh man, let's talk about it. So let me see, we'll say 2018. 2018, I got pregnant with my 4-year-old, right? She'll be 5 in January. And it was like at that moment, some people say like, going through like childbirth or different things in life brings on spiritual awakenings as well. A lot of women go through spiritual awakenings when they, have children, because it's literally an old portion of themselves dying as they become a mother. It's like it puts them in that energy. So for me, I had already had, 2 of the children, but something about my, my 4-year-old, when I got pregnant with her, after that situation, literally, I have to say, because we're going to be honest about my situation, when I became pregnant with my 4-year-old, it wasn't supported, right? Pretty much went through my pregnancy alone. The whole pregnancy, I was being worked on, okay? The whole pregnancy, I was being worked on because I continued the pregnancy. So with that being said, I had my daughter by myself, right? Let me see, it was like 19 hours of labor, right? I had extreme postpartum after I had her, given the situation I had gone through. Now, that was me now knowing what I went through, looking back. At the time, I had no idea all that stuff was going on. So I had her, and that's when shit got real, right? Mind you, I'm a medium, so past over loved ones communicate with me. They talk to me, right? Some of the people that really got me through my pregnancy were people. This is when I was, talked to by different individuals that allowed me to know to continue on the path that I was on, despite what was going on. So this started, me connecting with spirit when I was pregnant with my 4-year-old, because of the situation the way it was. And people don't understand that when you're being worked on spiritually, spirit draws you closer. So that's how it started, for me realizing that what people were doing to harm me was actually hurting me. How did I get into spirituality? It's because I was brought into it, right? Pretty much. It wasn't something I had asked for. It was literally introduced to me. So that was that situation. Okay. So I had her, and after that, I proceeded to take care of her by myself. And so the last time, so now I remember telling you guys about when I had her, and I allowed her to go with, quotes, her father. There was one time I recall, this is what really opened up my gifts. I'm telling you, magic has been a part of my spiritual path since I started it. Okay, so, it's crazy. I let her go with the father, right? And she came home, and I remember telling you guys that I felt an energy on my child. And I was like, no, this can't be real. Like, this can't really be going on. And I only know the energy that I felt because I felt it during pregnancy. You understand? So this is when things started going off for me. Like, wait a minute. Okay. She came home. I know my children. We know our children. Our children are a certain way, right? They go out, they come home, they're different. Something happened, right? Okay. I always felt this, but my child was still a newborn, right? And I'm thinking, no, this ain't really happened, right? She with the dad, like, ain't nobody working on my child. So I'm like, okay. I started to notice things about my child when she would come home, right? Meaning energetically, there was a distance, there was a block. My daughter had a pink blanket that I let her, I don't know if y'all can hear the thunder outside, my daughter had a pink blanket that she used to always have with her. She took that blanket with her when she went with her dad. She came home, that blanket, I had to throw the blanket out. I don't know what these individuals are into, but I know I feel energy. I knew it wasn't my child. I knew it was work done on my child to create a block. Okay? So that was the first time I had been seen face to face with the magic being done on my children. Okay? Everything was confirmation after that. So that has been going on, since, like I said, I was pregnant, through my pregnancy, after having, and still currently. Now, people do things behind the scenes and then, want to play victim. I had my reasons for protecting my children so harshly when it comes to magic, when it comes to spell work. I know what it has done to me. There's been death rituals done on me where this shit literally had me down 5 days, not eating, throwing up. Like, people have gone hard, and I know what's being done. Now, that was just that part of it. But then to go on forward, it trickled down to every part of my life after that, because the only reason this was happening was because I told people that I was spiritual. I told people that I was psychic. The very same person knew that's literally what I was doing. I know for a fact that the communication that I have with spirit to give people is meant to help them before they hurt themselves. So when I was pregnant, I was getting messages of people were doing despicable things. Someone was going to lose out. Someone was going to walk away from me and leave me stuck. Like, these were the things that I was getting as I was pregnant. And I hadn't even had my child yet. I was fully aware that in the future, these things that I have been saying have been happening, were going to happen. I did not know when. I did not know when I was going to see confirmation. I did not know when I was going to be told to speak on it. I had individuals around me that I told, this is why when you're spiritual and all these things, you gotta pick your circle wisely. I was around people that I shared my goals with, shared my dreams with, people that got readings from me, people that knew, what I was trying to do. And these were the very same people that tried to do the smear campaigns. These are some of the very same people that, tried to pay to clear their name so that they could trash mine. These are the very same people, blood, family, right, that have talked about me, that have filed false claims against me, that have said that I'm evil, that have said that I work in dark magic. Why? Because I see what they're doing. I come from a long line of witches and warlocks. I've seen that. I come from a long line of people who praise God every day, wish death on me. This is what I come from, and I chose to take a different path. 666 talks about, people say demonic energy. 666 breaks down to 18. 18 is the moon card. Number 9 is what 18 breaks down to, right? That is the hermit. There's nothing to fear when you are being guided. So people wanted to do things to me that no one else could see. People wanted to make me out to be crazy. People wanted to make me out to be negligent. People wanted to make me out to be literally loony. But here's the thing. You have to do a lot behind the scenes to make someone appear this way. This individual did magic and many others to separate me from my twin, okay? To separate me and isolate me from situations, opportunities. These people. My thing is, my situation is not fake. The things that I have gone through are very much so real. Okay? And so, it's just time to clear the air. Because everyone's talking about, oh, I'm going through that, oh, that's my story, but my story is my story, and I'm claiming what I have gone through. There's been situations where there's been conflict magic done, and there has been. I understand that people are people, I also now understand that people carry attachments. And so for a lot of my situation, what I realize now is that I've been dealing with a lot of, have been upset by my level of knowledge and awareness of my situation. And to keep bringing truth to the forefront. You know, magic is really a thing. Magic really ruins lives. Magic really causes damage. And the thing here is, like, it's been so taboo. Why do you guys think I've learned so much about magic? Why do you guys think I know the things that I know? Everything that I know, it's because of something that has happened that I have had to gain knowledge and insight on to move beyond it. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. So, whatever's coming, whatever's due, I receive it. I receive nothing but positive energy at this point, because while I was going through these things into a light that people were trying to project me otherwise into darkness, I had to go. I lost a lot along this journey, but I gained a lot of wisdom. I gained a lot of clarity. I have been given by my ancestors from the divine realm, from, my hidden helpers, At this point, anybody questioning spirituality, I need y'all to know that you need to trust your path wholeheartedly. You need to know that you will lose. You will lose some things, but you will gain what's yours. What's meant to be yours will never stay away from you. This has been an experience because, again, this is going on 5 years. I told family, what I was into, what I was trying to do. Everyone, shied away, head up in the air, nose up type of energy, like, okay, whatever, that sounds crazy. Everyone, everyone around me. I lost friends. I literally have no family. Y'all know I lost my brother 2 years ago. I lost my sister a couple months ago. Lost my apartment last year. Lost my kids this year. Like, how much can a person lose who ain't doing nothing to nobody? So it's time. And so when the Most High says it's time for y'all to stand up, when the Most High says it's time for you to speak your truth, you better do it. You better do it the best way you can. If you got to do it with tears in your eyes, if you got to do it, however you got to speak that truth, the Most High is telling all of the chosen ones, because we all got different situations going on, to stand on what has happened, to let that situation move you beyond where you are right now. This is going to be the final piece for a lot of people's, awakening and their rebirth, is letting go of that old version. So for me, I hold no resentment in my heart. I understand that people do what people are going to do. I understand that a lot of times when it's a very spiritual thing that's going on, that you understand, I can forgive the flesh. And I can wish you healing. But at the end of the day, this was why these situations transpired for me. Because I, clearly had a child with a spiritual person of the opposite. So, here we are. Karmic energy, it's karmic energy. And y'all been seeing it in the trying to have the divine ones, in these situations and legalities and taking from them and stealing their energy and feeding off of them and, energy vampires and all this shit. Like, this shit is real life. Why do you think you guys are picking up this energy in the readings? Some of y'all are like, hey, this just sounds crazy. Like, nobody could really go through that. People really go through this. I did. There was a point in time where everyone that came to me, I'm trying to tell you, YouTube, every female that came to me was a witch. The last place I was at, that I was living at, I literally, kid you, moved, because I'm telling you, every individual that came toward me was a witch. And every individual that came toward me was working on me. I don't know. I never understood it. I never understood it. In the beginning, when I got into spirituality, people were calling me a witch and saying that I was a dark witch and this and that. But the thing was I feel like God had to show me what witches actually were to allow me to see that I was not a witch, that I was just gifted. You understand that I'm a high, clearly, 1717. So that helped me get out of that. Let me show you what warlocks do. Let me show you what these people do, so you can see what you are not. And that was my thing to go by. So whoever has ever said Kayla does magic, she does dark shit, that's all a lie. It's all a lie to take away from the fact that these very individuals that have spoken out of their mouth that I have ever done anything negative to them have in fact done it to me. Every individual, right, that I have done black magic, that individual that says that to you, you need to know has done it on me, because that's not my heart. Last place I lived, she had a fire in her apartment. The witch across the hall was doing so much fucking magic that she got kicked out. Homeless on the street. This is what these people was doing. You know, I was posting the rituals that were being done in the house. I was posting the libel that was being written on walls in the apartment. Posting these things, no one did nothing. This was all because I was spiritual. This was all to smear my character in the eyes of people that these individuals thought it would be important. You know, these people had to know that Kayla was doing this, but it was never a thing. So, you know, it was just crazy. So yeah, I guess I was just called to tell y'all, you know, my story. Story of someone who has been very much so tapped in, just now realizing how long. You know, I met my twin when I was 15, like I told you all. I didn't know at that time what the journey was about. But I met my twin when I was 15. That does break down to the 6, correct? And then after that, you know, it's just, I've known my twin my whole life. And through every situation, solid person in my life. The only one. The only one that confirms, the only one that understands, the only one that gets, the only one that feels, the only one that sees. The twin flame journey is such a blessing to individuals like us who go through these things, because I feel like it's so cool that God blesses us in the midst of our distress. Like God blesses us with a gift of another individual that's going to be there, that's going to be solid, you know, that's going to have our back. And this was another thing that people were trying so hard to do, was like turn me and my person against each other, so that, you know, this level of connection, this level of clarity wouldn't happen, so that people wouldn't piece the puzzle together of my life. Why is she so worried about this dude? Well, because the person that God put in my life is here for a purpose. So anybody who has a purpose of trying to separate what God put together, you know, that's on God to fix. That's why I be telling y'all God's coming through, because he upset. Because how many times do I have to say, how many times do I have to express that there are things that are going on that are wrong? And just because people don't believe in God or whatever doesn't mean it's still not going on. There's right and a wrong. If someone lies at something, they should have to, you know, go through what they got to go through. Person told people that I was obsessed when they're doing control and domination magic to control me, to attaching roots and all types of shit to me. But I'm obsessed and stalking. I don't look for this individual. So again, like I said, the lies that people tell, okay, we'll catch up with them. Because again, I only speak on what I'm guided to speak on. And I'm guided to speak on it to clear up some things. Magic is very, very real. It has been a very real part of my journey. And just because people don't understand the workings of it doesn't mean it hasn't happened. Doesn't mean that what you put out won't come back to you. If I am here to show and be an example of 22, then when these cards are saying the magic is going to backfire, God must too show y'all how magic backfires. Because for so long, there's been so many people dabbling in dark magic, trying to get what they want, begging the fucking devil for gifts. Now God's saying, okay, like we said before, I allowed that for a time. But when the time is the time, I will. That's that. Like I said before, whatever is due to come to me, whatever is meant to be awarded to me, whatever is in my soul contract to have, I will have. I'm no longer worried about magic. I'm no longer worrying about people trying to steal from me. They've already done all of that. I'm still here moving. I'm still here going. I know the plots. I know the plans. I know the schemes. I'm still here. And I'm going to continue to be here. And I'm going to continue to speak truth. So you might as well stop attacking me in hopes that I will stop speaking. You might as well stop working on my solar plexus. Stop working on my root. Stop working on my finances. Stop working on my children. Stop working on my person. Stop working on my life. Stop working on my foundation. You might as well stop working on all those things, because all of those things will be stripped from you. The same thing that people keep wanting to take from me, I have no part to play. Just because I know what you tried to do to me does not mean that I have a hand to play in what happens to you. That's not my soul. That's not what I'm here for. I'm just here to see what needs to be seen in my life, and I keep saying this. You cannot be upset with someone for seeing the truth about what is going on in their life. How are you upset that someone is seeing the truth about their own life? If you have a dirty hand to play in the truth of my life, that is not on me. That's not my fault that you chose to be an opponent, to be a rival. Again, I have given people prophecy before I got here of what was to come if they chose this path or that path. I even wrote it down for individuals. Pages long of what was going to happen. If they did this, if you went down this road, this is what's going to happen. If you went down this road, this was going to happen. People laughed it off. Haha, yeah, whatever. Threw the shit out. Didn't pay attention. Now here we are. Look at that piece of paper if you still got it. You where you supposed to be? Or you where you knew you were gonna be? I didn't know when these things would happen. See what I'm saying? You play the hand you're dealt. Sometimes God has people that he uses for a purpose. And when you have a big purpose, it touches all facets of life. It touches my finances that people try to take from me. It touches my home. It touches my heart. It touches my mind. All of these things that people are trying to affect, I have surpassed those situations. Now it's like, okay, I know. When's justice coming? When is the truth going to come out? Like, okay, when am I going to get this? I am so tired of the same narrative. A lot of readers are picking up on this narrative, my narrative. A lot of people are picking up on my narrative now. That's how powerful, and that is how, truly hard God is working to show individuals the truth of my life. I told y'all the unveiling. Y'all kept seeing storm warning, the tower. It was just lightning, thundering outside. There are hidden helpers that I see that God has placed for me to confirm that everything that I'm going on is happening just as the divine would have it happen. And there are hidden blessings for me and y'all who are going through these situations and looking to me to guide you out of these situations. The point must come full circle. Every confusion must be cleared up with clarity. Every heartbreak must be healed with love. Every bad feeling that we have about ourselves, given our situations or whatever, remember, we are human. We are human beings with spiritual life callings and paths that are, our soul is pulling us one way, but our mind is like, nah. And sometimes we get stuck in a place where we really don't know which option to choose, the lovers. Spirituality is something that you guys are going to have to literally dive in, head first, and trust yourselves in this journey. Trust the guidance that you receive. You're not crazy. Believe me, when it comes to being intuitive and empathic, I've learned that people around you, they see your gifts. They know your gifts. They know they're powerful. They do. But some of us, it takes us longer to realize how powerful we are. People can see it in us before we see it in ourselves. And I learned that as well. So many times I doubted my intuition. So many times I doubted, because I tell you the things that I saw, like, no, people really aren't doing these things. And it's like, yeah, they are. You know? Like, yeah, they are. So a logical minded person would not believe that someone is over here literally trying to cut cords on a child from their mother. It transpired and showed itself in a 3D reality by DCF taking my kids. But this was 4 years worth of a person trying to cut cords from my child or children to me. But it's okay, because that magic has backfired. Meaning, this is why we're here talking about it right now. It's just crazy, you know? It's crazy. Spirituality has made me very worldly. It's made me travel very far without even leaving my house. You know, I'm learning about different cultures. I'm learning about the different things that different cultures, you know, do spiritually. You know, I'm learning a lot. I have learned a lot. Spirituality has taught me a lot. The thing with me that I realized was that, you know, people have always in my life, you know, smiled in my face and done weird shit behind my back. It's always been a thing. Females have always been weird towards me, right? Dudes have always been, like, weird towards me. Like, it's just always been weird. And now it's like that people have me in a place of being spiritual. It's like the attack of all time. Like, everyone's like, oh, she do this? Oh, she talk about magic? So I'm going to send her this. And it's like, I've gotten so to the point where magic isn't even something I think about. Like, I don't even feel anything anymore. Like, I don't be feeling the effects of, like, this magic anymore. I used to feel shit. And I used to not know what I was feeling until Spirit would guide me on how to clear it, you know? But now I'm at a level where people be doing magic all day. I don't know it unless Arita tell me. Because my ancestors don't even feel the need to tell me it's going on no more. I'll see it because the weather will change, you know. It be windy, I'll see mad cats, I'll see certain types of birds, I'll get a certain vibe. You know, my twin will confirm for me, like, you alright? Like, you feel a little dark. I'm like, alright, cool, thank you. You know, let me go cleanse my energy. Like, it's a thing now, you know. So you do get over it. You do get over the effects of magic, okay? You know, for a lot of people who go through it a lot, you know, imagine you not knowing that you are going through that. Imagine you thinking that, you know, something really is wrong with you based off of people projecting onto you things they want to be wrong with you. Imagine if you know, you lived your whole life in this state of illusion, and eventually Spirit's like, wake the fuck up. Wake up. You know, before even that situation, it was like I always been met with this magic. I told you my aunt, who is my godmother, she's a Pisces, been working on me my whole life. My cousin, she's a Capricorn, been working on me my whole life. And then it's like friends that used to be friends. Best friend of almost 17 years got mad, started working on me. Kid's godmother started working on me. Another friend of mine started working on me. And the funny thing about it is these individuals are all from, like, different places. Like, one girl's from Barbados, one person is Haitian. Like, it's always these different cultures. And so I always learn. Like, I learn more about the culture. So I just use every situation as an experience to grow, to be honest. But, you know, it is what it is. And a lot of times at this point, like, so much magic has been done that the people that do the magic on me now, their ancestors, like, fuck with me. They're like, they literally fuck with me. They'd be like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry this is going on. Like, literally, I get ancestors that come to me like, don't worry about that. Sorry about what's going on. Don't worry about this. We got you. Don't worry about it. Like, you know, da-da-da-da-da. Like, some of them, depending on what individuals do, they'll tell me what is going to transpire for those individuals because their ancestors are tired of them. The ancestors are tired of these individuals working on me, trying to summon demons and entities. The ancestors of these individuals are literally watching these people like, why are you bothering her? Literally. I get names of people like, oh, I'm this person's that. Okay. Da-da-da-da, they're doing this to you. But don't worry about it. We got your back. We got it covered. Like, shit like that. This is real life. So I don't really worry about what people do, because I'm not really, I'm not where a lot of people are at. And for me to worry about what people do, I would have to lower myself to where they are. And that's something I don't do anymore. So I try to keep it very light. What's going on is going on. Y'all got a million other readers to talk about the same stuff all the time. They'll tell you what's going on, But I try to make the best of the situation and bring enlightenment around any place where there is confusion. And right now, well, my children, are not here. I feel it best to set the record straight and let people know from the beginning, the people that, clicked up, the people that just, for whatever reason or another, became best friends to take from me, to lie on me, to put me in position where no one would believe me, where I'd be looked at as crazy. Family, ex-friends, ex-lovers, whoever they are, ex-friggin' bosses, everybody's done everything. So, at this point, like I said, I was just called to tell y'all from the beginning what happened. How a spiritual person, just trying to get over their own traumas, the shit that we have to go through, and the length that we have to go to make people hear us, the things that we have to say, the personal shit that we have to put out here to allow other people to know, like, it gets this real, it gets this close, it touches home. Like, people are literally out here doing things and they're not realizing that there are certain other things that are supposed to be transpiring while they're, indulging in fuckery. And there's a divine timing type of thing that's going on here. Things are divinely orchestrated. Divine order is meant to happen in many situations. And people keep thinking that they can play with time by trying to stagnate situations, by doing magic to block people, by doing magic on fucking, you guys got court situations going on. I've had so many instances where the people that I've had to go to court would think that they can do a quick ritual to, a quick ritual on the judge to make them side with him. Like a quick ritual on lawyers to confuse them. A quick ritual, like, people will do rituals for everything, and that has been my situation. It has been. The justice system, when it comes to me, from beginning, has been in complete illusion. Because from the moment that my house was broke into, and I made that, and I told them to come and do what they needed to do, and I said that I was psychic, from that moment on, I was crazy. Because I'm psychic. So, like I said, it's been a battle, but it's finally over, It's over. I've never been in competition with anyone when it comes to this. I've been in competition with myself. I've been in competition trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Is this really happening? Are people really doing these things? Is this really my reality? Am I really going to be fighting magic forever? Am I really going to be having to take these extreme measures forever? Am I really going to have to be trying to get people to see that what is going on is wrong and fix it? Am I really going to have to keep doing this? Spirit said, no. What's done is done. What needs to be known is known. What needs to be seen has been seen. Your side has been given. The truth has been revealed. And God said on his time, wait on me. So I'm going to keep waiting. And I'm going to keep waiting and knowing and having that faith that I've been having these past 5 years, when no one at all listened to me, when no one at all cared to ask me what was going on, when no one at all cared but my person. When everyone casted me out, everyone wanted to look at me sideways, when I was getting, abused on camera by my neighbor and her son, all these different things that transpired, so I'm just trying to figure out how, how are these things possible? How? Why? Where is the communication that's coming in? Where is this message? Where is this that's coming in that I am supposed to hear? Someone, in a position of authority, quotes, that says to me, we are sorry. We are sorry that you and your family endured such hard times. We are going to make it our number one priority to make sure that these wrongdoings are fixed. I'm waiting for that still. And I'm going to keep saying I'm waiting on it till I get it, because I deserve what I give everyone else. So, that's done. That cycle, that chapter, World's Card 21, that cycle for me is complete. And now, as I am in a new one, I must know, okay, that it's only going to get better from here, because that's what was predicted. That prophecy never changes. The promise, the covenant, it doesn't change based on what people think they're doing. And that's what I've learned as well. Having faith the size of that mustard seed. That seed of faith is what has gotten me through all of these times where I could have given up, where I could have resorted to other means, where I could have, took situations into my own hands. No, I sat back and I let people do what people were going to do. I allowed my intuition to guide me. I allowed my gifts to move me through challenging times. I listened to myself before I listened to others. I grew more in faith. I grew more in spirit. I grew more in belief. I grew more in love. I healed some shit. I forgave my father. I forgave my mother. I forgave myself. I forgive every individual who has felt that they had to come up against me to hurt me. I forgive all of that shit. My heart is open and it's ready to receive based off of what I have put out. And if I've been reading that good book and that's just truth, and Revelations is what Revelations is, then what I am waiting for will be granted sooner than I even see. And that's the blessing with God. Because as a high priestess, I see a lot, and people think I see it all. I see what needs to be seen when I need to see it. But I feel like God's veiling my eye when it comes to this blessing. And that's cool with me too. That just lets me know there's some changes in the winds. And right now, while there's some shit that's breaking down, I know it's breaking down for a breakthrough. I done stood through many storms. Me and my person done stood 10 toes through many storms. We're talking almost 20 years here. God told me at 16 years old, I was going to have my first child with my twin. 17 years, well, yeah, I did. I knew the minute that I laid eyes on my twin flame that I was going to love the man for the rest of my life. I didn't say I would be with him for the rest of my life, but I knew I would love him for the rest of my life, regardless of what any person tried to do, think, or say. I knew in my soul that I was going to love that man for the rest of my life. And it's true. Ain't shit changed. But the time, the year, the age, that is home to me. My kids, that is home to me. Anything and anyone that I love hard. I protect with everything I have. I have sacrificed everything that I am going to sacrifice. I'm not doing it no more. I'm not doing it no more. I'm tired of being the bigger person. I'm tired of not being heard. I want to yell from the fucking mountaintop too. I want to be allowed to have a moment without being looked at as crazy. See, that's what I told you. Look at her, look at her. Nah, look at me be human for a minute. Look at me really display some emotion for a minute. Level with me and see, like, damn, maybe she is a little hurt. Maybe I should apologize, just maybe I should say something. But no one has given that. You understand? It's given, let me just ghost so I don't gotta apologize. Let me just act shitty so she don't know that I'm really fucking regretful. Like, I don't like that. Let me take some more away so she can know for sure it's me. Like, I already see who these individuals are. Every single person in my life that has tried to take something from me, that has tried to harm me, that has lied to me, that has tried to be a snake to me, I've seen it. And this is why I don't talk to nobody. Now, not saying I don't trust people, but I don't trust the people from my past. Because God told me, them people ain't changed. You have. So why am I going to continue to put my energy in a situation that I already know ain't no different? I'm not doing that. Kayla's not selfish. Kayla's just a little bit smarter now. Kayla's not so gullible anymore. She's not so naive anymore. She's learned from life. She's learned by the people closest to her what backstab and betrayal is. So she's going to have a guard up. Naturally, she's going to have a little wall up. But God says the ones that are meant to be in my life will see that wall and knock that shit down. It won't be a blockage to them. God said, know your people. Blood ain't always thicker than water. Everybody want to be chosen, like I said before, but chosen people go through some harsh shit. Chosen people go through some harsh realities. Chosen. And that's the craziest thing about it. While it may not be fair, if I believe that I'm chosen for the good, then I gotta understand that I'm chosen for the bad that comes with the good, because there's a balance in life. The bad that happens to me is meant to make me grow. It's meant to help me see life better. It's meant to help me transform into my spirituality. It's meant to help me continue to see things from a higher perspective. Because anybody can get stuck. It's easy to do the wrong thing. It's hard to do the right thing. It's hard to look at yourself 44 and change. And I've had to change many times. Every time someone tries to change the course of my reality, I've had to change the course of my destiny. Because I'm thinking about the long term, not the today. So when y'all are wondering why this shit ain't working, when you're wondering why Kayla ain't talking, when you're wondering why Kayla has attitude, it's because I'm not playing the game no more. I'm not playing the mind games. I'm not doing I'm not doing that. I'm not doing the, oh, we're going to do moon magic on you every fucking moon cycle, and then we're going to go to court and see if it works. No, we're not doing that anymore. And I know that there are people that watch me. I know this. So I'm saying to you right now, if there has been anyone in any type of illusion when it comes to me, look at these reports that people are filing against me. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. Because these same individuals are the individuals that are working on me, hoping to blind y'all to truth about what I am saying about them. Understand, when you can see something, the only way someone can affect that seeing is by affecting that seeing. And if I am clairvoyant and can see the future, you got to do magic so that I can't. But if you're doing magic on me, you got to do magic on other people as well. There are people out here who have literally done magic on everybody in my life for them to see me a certain way. Not in the light that I actually am supposed to be seen in, but to see me in a light where, right, I'm fake, I'm negative, I'm upset, I have anger issues. But these people aren't letting you know, right, that behind the scenes they're doing conflict magic, they're doing, death rituals on me. They're doing all types of shit. They're not telling you that, but they going in these courthouses and in these courtrooms and talking down on me. You understand why it's so important to be tapped in? Because I never want to play into the narrative that these people have set for me, because it's not who I am. I'm a good person. I don't do wrong by nobody. I don't hurt nobody. I don't have bad intentions in my heart. Everything that I do, I come from a place where I'm trying to help the next person. Maybe that's my downfall, is that I try to help people, even in the midst of being hurt. But that's just who I am. I love. I'd rather love than hate. Hate is a very strong emotion, and you can't hate something unless you once loved it. Period. So I show love because I know what it feels like to not get it. I give because I know what it feels like to be taken from. I try to be friendly because I know what it feels like to have no friends. I want my person to feel like they are what I want because I know what it feels like to not have that. I want my person to know. My person already knows, so I don't even gotta say it. So yeah, so I got quiet. But that's my story, and that's what it is. All has been revealed. The magic, everything about my situation, my family, all that shit. Y'all already know bits and pieces. That's the whole thing in totality, 48 minutes. That's not bad. We did pretty good. You know, we had a thunderstorm, lightning over here, rain. They tried to interrupt the live. My lights was flickering, all types of stuff, but we got the message out. So the message is out. It's here for whoever needs it. You know, let this be spiritual medicine. Let this show you that whatever it is you guys are going through, because we all go through something different. We all have different missions, okay? My mission here was to bring to light and expose the fact that magic has been done. Magic is being done on people. There are people out here who can see these things, and magic needs to be something that is completely against many laws. Many laws, because magic goes many ways. You can do magic to try to make someone be quiet, right? That goes under, you know, taking away someone's freedom of speech. That's a right that we have. You understand? You know, making someone live in fear by doing like different types of magic. Like magic is sent to project emotions and feelings onto people, when people that are here are meant to be free. So any magic that is done to keep people in bondage is what I was called to expose, what I was called to bring light on, what I was called to bring justice forward on. So if y'all understand that and can make it make sense, this is why I'm here. This is why I've had to go through the things I've gone through. I've also had to go through those things to allow people to understand that God is real. And if it wasn't for the God that I believe in, this magic just may have worked. I'm talking 5 years of death rituals. 5 years. Death rituals. Every moon cycle. Every full moon for 5 years. And I'm still here. God gotta be real, right? There gotta be a mission. There gotta be a purpose. Trust your purpose. Your life's purpose protects you. Love y'all.